Good afternoon, folks. So, I just realized how many times I start my videos like that. And the wind up and the pitch. So I crack myself up. To be quite honest, guys, it's actually really funny to me. I've been accused of doing this to make money off of Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey and blah, blah, fucking blah. And the funny thing is that not a single fucking one of you could watch my channel and I'd still be sitting here talking. I'm loquacious to a fault. So, a fan of mine wrote to me on Facebook and, have you ever had one of those moments? Casey hair everywhere. Um, where somebody brought something up to you and you were just like, how in the ever-loving shit did I not think of that? And this is one of those times. So Kathy wrote to me on Facebook today, and, it was just so good. I was like, how in the shit did I not make that connection? Okay, so Kathy asked me if Kaczynski had just come off of a political loss, how in the fuck was he appointed to be Brendan Dassey's public defender? Interesting question. Even more interesting than that was this question. Kaczynski hired O'Kelly. Who paid for it? Brendan's family doesn't have any money. Not the kind of money that O'Kelly charges. And I'm pretty sure that Barb would not be the kind of person that would be like, oh, look, you just fucked over my kid. Here's 50 G's. So, in my ever-loving quest for knowledge, I got a hold of a couple of my researchers and I said, get me everything that you can on these two morons. But in the course of my own research, I discovered a Redditor had already covered a lot of this. And, Reddit, I love you guys. You guys are on it. You guys have got some great shit. And this comes from a Redditor. Sorry, don't have my glasses. Mere Mortal. So Redditor Mere Mortal, I hope you don't mind me sharing your post. I'll put a link of it down below so people can read your overwhelmingly just concise research into this topic. Mere Mortal did some digging around on O'Kelly. And I did, fact check all this stuff. Got too much hair. I'm not going to be bitching when I'm 80 and I'm still not bald. So Mere Mortal, and I'm going to read this from Mere Mortal's post because it's just too good. It puts it too concisely. This is a guy who registers himself, his companies in various states using either a P.O. box in South Sioux City, Nebraska, or a private residence in Utah. Gee, I should have known his ass was from Utah. He has a Chicago area code. On one site, one of his areas of expertise is polygraph. That's also how he answered his cell phone during his taped interrogation of Dassey. Polygraph. Now, he goes through a few cases. I'm just going to read a couple of these to you. In 2011, Mike O'Kelly, a Salt Lake City forensic cell phone data consultant, got $24,304 as a defense expert in a capital murder case in Illinois. His testimony was never used. The great thing about Mere Mortal is that he includes the links to all of his research in this post. So I'm just going to make this real easy on everybody. I'm just going to include the link to his post down in the description below. But keep that number in mind. $24,000 for testimony that was never used. $24,000. In 2012, Cell Tower Mike was paid $102,994 by the court-appointed attorneys of a Texas man ultimately convicted of capital murder. So you were paid over 100 G's for your expertise and your expertise essentially led to nothing because it was his attorneys who hired you. And you clearly didn't do your fucking job, bitch face. There's another article that shows that he was discovered by the defense after they heard him. He was discovered by the defense after they heard him at a seminar, and that he started taking on a more active investigative role. They sent him beyond his level of expertise, including visiting the defendant in jail 14 times. This man is not qualified for any of the shit that he's billing for. Now, he often affiliates himself with a company called Stronghold Cellular Forensics Labs. And I actually did a Google search of the Stronghold Forensics Labs address, and this bears it out. This shows a Stronghold Cellular Forensics Lab formed by Mike O'Kelly in 2013 at 2020 Manheim Road, number 1022 in Des Plaines, Illinois. Turns out that address is a storage unit. Cell Tower Mike, is your other nickname Buffalo Bill? Cause this is getting some Silence of the Lambs up in this shit. So yeah, in 2001, he apparently lived in Sacramento, and he calls himself a scan analyst, uncovers the truth even when we try not to tell it. And he basically says that he can tell when someone is lying based on their texts and like misspellings and shit like that. You're a fucking idiot, Mike. Currently, he is involved in a case in Michigan where he's getting a flat $15,000 from the state to avoid a $100,000 lawsuit. So, oh, and he was also listed by the defense in the Casey Anthony case. It went out. So, I asked the question again, folks. We've got $24,000, $102,000, and $15,000, and a fucking business address that turns out to be a storage unit. Who the fuck paid the bill for Mike O'Kelly? And for those people that are saying, oh, you know, they're guilty and blah, 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 those that are up in Manitowoc County, I want you to keep something in mind. If the state paid Mike O'Kelly's tab, that came out of your taxes. Your taxes paid Mike O'Kelly, who is completely fucking useless and a scam artist. He is a known scam artist. Why would the prosecution, because I'm sorry, but Kaczynski pretty much confessed that he was working for the prosecution. Why would the prosecution hire a man who is a known scam artist if their fucking evidence was so concrete? Answer, they wouldn't. If it was on the up and up, it would have been a fucking slam dunk, and that Denny Motion and Mike O'Kelly never would have entered into the picture. But they did enter into the picture. Why? Because they didn't have shit. It was an entirely circumstantial case. All right, folks, that's what I've got for this video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, MamaPhoenix6. Don't forget to subscribe to me here on YouTube. And don't forget to go to Facebook, hashtag Justice for Bryant. Read all about a young man that was also railroaded by the Wisconsin juvenile judicial system. Thank you all very much for watching. We'll see you next video. My mouse to work.